Welcome everybody. Okay, we are recording. So thank you so much for coming. This is the first, presentation I've done like this. So there might be some, hiccups and we'll just roll with it. My name is Allie McCall. I just wanted to start with a little bit of background and then we'll get right into what I put together for you guys. I have been teaching yoga since 2009. I basically went to school, got a teaching credential, and then jumped right into teaching yoga and did that for about 10 years. Then the pandemic hit. Everybody had to stop working. I have 3 kiddos, 3 girls. When the pandemic hit, they were like 2, 5, and 7 or something like that. And so I stopped teaching yoga. I was focusing on distance learning. I dabbled a little bit back in teaching. And then also in the middle of that, I had some other career changes. I sold skincare, mostly sales stuff. I sold skincare and sold gutters. And then my latest job was advertising at our local TV station, which was a really fun job, but it was really stressful. I found myself really burnt out at 2 points in my life. So one was during the pandemic. I was completely burnt out, sad, just exhausted, drained just from being at home with the kids and not having a lot of community, I guess. And then again on this, I had like my first full-time job where I had to like go to an office and work all day and come home. And it was like really starting to drain me. So I have a little bit of like being burnt out from being a mom and then being burnt out from work. So basically I just quit my job and I was like, what I want to do is teach people how to manage burnout and stress and how to incorporate, healthy routines into their life that will help with mental and emotional health. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So just speak up if you can't hear me or because I can only see my screen. I can't see you guys anymore. So here's my burnout presentation. We are going to talk about what is burnout, signs of burnout, ways to recover from burnout, and how to regulate our nervous system. And then there'll be next steps doing a 3-week training in December. So what is burnout? Burnout is a state of mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion that results from prolonged stress. So stress comes first, and then burnout is after you've been stressed for too long. So signs of burnout: feeling drained, you're emotionally exhausted, difficulty engaging in activities that you normally love to do, you're totally disconnected from work, from coworkers, losing interest in your job or your role. You have physical symptoms like headaches, muscle or joint pain, GI issues. So this was a thing for me. Right before I quit my job, I had a really bad back injury. And it was like my SI joint. And for like 5 days, I had to just lay in bed. And so that was kind of like a sign. I was already like ready to, really struggling on getting out of bed and going to work. But then my body basically was like forcing me to rest. And then right after that, I got sick for like 2 weeks. So that was a physical symptom, was a sign for me. Sleep disturbances. So that's another issue that I had. I was like grinding my teeth. I have mild sleep apnea, which I did not have before. And I think, age could be one thing, but also just stress. Substance abuse. So if you're drinking every night to relax, that could be a sign of burnout. You feel cynical or resentful. You doubt your skills and abilities. So 6 ways to recover from burnout. 1, acknowledge you're burnt out. 2, remove the stressors, the things that are causing your burnout. Setting boundaries. Self-care. So this is kind of my wheelhouse. This is what I love to talk about. Um, so we'll talk more about that. Seek support and reassess your goals. So we'll kind of talk about each one. So acknowledging you're burnt out. The chronic stress and exhaustion and emotional depletion is not normal. So recognizing your burnout is the first step. It creeps up gradually. Like we don't usually see it coming. It kind of all of a sudden, it's like it's like I don't know, just piles and piles and like a snowball, like a snowball effect. That's what I'm trying to say. You notice that you're not functioning optimally, physically or mentally. Rest, recovery, and maybe professional support are needed. So by acknowledging that you're burnt out, you can begin to move from survival mode to prioritizing your health and your happiness. So what is survival mode? Survival mode is your sympathetic nervous system. That's the fight, flight, where you're running away, the freeze, where you can't even move, and then the fawn. So I don't know if everybody knows about the fawn, but this is, I think it's like more of a newer term for the sympathetic nervous system, but you're people pleasing. So in order to avoid conflict and ensure your safety, you have trouble saying no, and you prioritize others' needs over your own. I definitely feel like this is like more of a like females tend to be more fawn. Mothers tend to be more fawn. So in survival mode, we focus on basic needs and immediate safety, which leads to stress, indecisiveness, and overwhelm. I definitely am like indecisive a lot. So what's the opposite of that? So when you can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, you can be thriving. So that's the rest and digest, like the things that your body can do when you're able to calm down, when you are not stressed out. Then your heart rate can regulate. You have more saliva, your digestion works better, your muscles are relaxed, your blood vessels, you have better blood flow. Our parasympathetic nervous system activates when we feel safe and secure and our basic needs are met. And then we are able to grow and thrive. So if you're like in a state of just always needing security and stability and basically just surviving, it's really hard to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. So something about the animals that are really cool. If you see an animal, like you can look this up. I was thinking about putting a video, but you can just look it up. You like an animal's running like from a lion, and the lion gets the animal, but they don't kill it. The animal ends up getting away. The animal is in the freeze state at first, so it's frozen from fear. But then it starts to shake. So they shake vigorously. It's almost like a seizure, kind of. They're like shaking, and they're basically shaking off the stress. They're finishing out their run, and they're discharging that stored energy so that then they, they're regulating after that stressful event, and they're able to move on with their life after that traumatic experience. They don't hold on to that like humans do. So they're able to release their stress, and like you don't see animals that are burnt out. So they're releasing that physical memory of the situation, and then they just move on with their day. So removing the stressors, here's another way to hold on, sorry, let me get my notes real quick. Okay, so number 2, remove the stressors. Create a space between yourself and the thing that's contributing to the burnout. So you want to identify what's causing your burnout. Is it from work? Is it from your personal life? Is it from the environment? Is it from the food you're eating? You want to limit your exposure to those things. So it doesn't mean you just completely get rid of it forever, but you set boundaries or you delegate, and you give yourself a break so you can regain and come back with a different perspective. Setting boundaries. So when you set boundaries, you allow your body and your mind time to recover and recalibrate. So clearly define what you are willing to take on and what you are not. So what do you need in order to protect your energy and your time and your mental health? Learn to say no without guilt. So I think that's a hard one for a lot of people. And just practice saying no. Establish a firm work-life balance. A lot harder, I think, for stay-at-home moms or people who are working from home. It's a lot harder to do, especially we used to go to work and then come home, and then you didn't have the emails coming at you all the time. So making sure you have boundaries around when you reply to your email or check your text messages and stuff like that for work. Schedule downtime. Unplug from technology. So I have a boundary around technology. I do not look at my phone for the first half hour of the morning or more if I can. There's certain things like if you need to look at what you're doing for the day, but try not to check your email, try not to lay in bed with your phone on social media. Take that first hour of the day and let yourself, wake up. Your mind is very sensitive in the morning. So you don't want to bombard it with news or, comparing yourself to other things or just seeing something that's, heartbreaking. Like as soon as you wake up in the morning, give yourself time to get yourself ready before you have to go out and deal with the world in real life. And communicating what you need with others so they know. I just liked this photo. It's from just an Instagram post. So what is your job and what's not your job? So basically it's your job to take care of yourself. And it's not your job to make others happy and, tiptoe around just so that they're comfortable and you're, holding yourself in, you're not expressing yourself. So self-care, this is a huge one. It allows you to replenish your depleted energy, helps you build the resilience. So ways you can bring self-care into your life, create routines that nurture your well-being. So this is kind of what I want to talk more about later. This is going to be a lot more what my course is about in December. Prioritize your needs. So physical, mental, emotional, eating nutritious food. Define your non-negotiables. So I'll talk more about that on the next slide. So non-negotiables are daily practices that are essential for maintaining your well-being. So these do not have to be big, like get a massage every day. You don't have to spend money. These are like little things that are going to help you. And they're little commitments to yourself that are going to prioritize your physical, mental, and emotional health, regardless of external pressures. So if these are like, you are solid in who you are and what you need. Don't worry about what other people are saying. So by identifying these and honoring them, then you're protecting yourself from overcommitting and burnout. And you're getting clear on your boundaries and your non-negotiables. You're sending a message to others and to yourself that health and well-being are a top priority. So this creates a foundation for living a balanced, sustainable lifestyle and do something loving for yourself every day. So here's just a few examples, like drink enough water, make sure you go get enough sleep, very basic things. For me, I walk to school with my kids, and that is something that I prioritize. When I had that job, we had to get up even earlier because I really wanted to walk to school with my kids. Then there are things you can pay for, like a facial or a massage, which I think those are great, little extras once in a while. But for me, like probably those top 5 are my non-negotiables, like taking my vitamins. It's kind of a struggle, but I have to do it because I do notice a difference in myself when I don't take my vitamins. And here's just another little visual that kind of reminded me of non-negotiables, things that are going to drain you, this like boundaries also, and things that are going to, give you energy. So number 5 is getting support. It'll help you reconnect with others. So this for me, like during the pandemic, it's you didn't have a lot of community support or like being with others. So I really noticed how important that was. So getting support can be from friends, family, colleagues, or professionals like coaches or mentors or therapists. Just by talking about it can help, reduce the feelings that you're the only one dealing with this issue. Professionals can help you, set boundaries, implement strategies. And by having a strong support system, it's fostering emotional resilience and reminding you that you don't have to do things alone. So reassess goals. Burnout occurs when our personal or professional goals become unrealistic, they're overly ambitious, or misaligned with our values. So, look at what your priorities are, and maybe you need to change some things. Maybe you're doing too much and you need to pull back, or maybe it's something that you don't want to do anymore and you need to change it. So reflecting on what truly matters to you, identify where you might be overextending yourself or chasing goals that no longer serve your well-being. Like, we're different humans last year than we are this year. And so maybe your needs have changed. Give yourself permission to slow down. We're in such a world where it's like, go, 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 do, do, do. So slow down and focus on what is bringing you joy, what is making you happy, not what you feel like you have to do because that's kind of what you wanted to do 2 years ago, or what that's just your life that you learned you have to just always be doing. Create a healthy balance between work and life. Again, I'll tell a little story of my daughter. When she was in 2nd grade, we're doing all the after school things. We were, dance and gymnastics, and she was having like these tics. She would like do this weird thing with her eyes, and she would do this thing where she would walk and then have to spin. And so we were like, something's wrong. And basically the pandemic happened and there was nothing to do. She had no there's just nothing to do. And the tics went away. So looking back, I was like, oh my God, she was totally overstimulated and just doing way too much. And her brain couldn't handle it. So that's just a story of like, sometimes it's okay to back off and not do all the things. So here are 7 ways to regulate your nervous systems. And that also means activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So rest, orient, talk about that more, breathe, move your body. So moving your body kind of goes along with the animal that just is discharging its stress from just shaking. Sing, be in nature, and gratitude. So here's a picture, 7 types of rest. I really liked this because resting is not just taking a nap. Here's a bunch of examples, and you could rest physically, emotionally, mentally, sensory. There's so much with the screens these days. Socially, like I'm an introvert. I do love to socialize, but I need to have downtime afterwards. Creative rest, spiritual rest. Orient. So orient is intentionally focusing your attention on your immediate surroundings. So if you're kind of like going into a little bit of a panic, like this is somebody with anxiety, maybe having a panic attack, this can help you get grounded. So you're just looking around, you're looking at the green trees, you're looking at the bird, you're looking at the colors, you're looking at the smells, or you're smelling the smells, the textures and the sounds. And what this is doing is bringing you into the present moment. And then your body can go like, okay, I'm safe. And then adding breathing to that will help as well. So it's just calming your nervous system, moving away from that fight or flight state. So breathing, and we'll do this together. I just really like this visual too. So we'll just do a quick little 3 rounds of breath. And the exhale is longer than the inhale. So I said 4 count inhale, 6 count exhale. But really just you want your exhale to be longer than your inhale. And this is a way that can get you calm and grounded. So we'll do just a couple together. Sit nice and tall. You can open your eyes or close your eyes. Take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just take a normal breath in and let it go. You can do a little bit of orienting, feel your feet touch the ground, looking around at different colors in the room, and just noticing how 3 rounds of breath maybe changed the quality of your breath, the quality of your thoughts, the speed of your breath. Like, I feel like I'm talking slower. We probably should have done this first. So moving your body as a way to regulate your nervous system. So moving your body, it is a way that your body practices being stressed, and you're learning how to manage it. So you're learning how to be stressed out, but in like a contained, safe way. You get an endorphin release, the feel-good chemicals. Your heart is learning how to adapt and change to different demands. And the vagus nerve is stimulated. The vagus nerve controls many of the involuntary functions and is a key role in calming down the body. So like I said earlier, you're building your resilience muscle. So you're practicing being stressed and practicing resilience. I'm going to talk more about the vagus nerve because it came up a lot when I was putting this together. It's the longest, most complex nerve in the body. It starts at this base of the brainstem and then goes through all the organs, so chest and abs. So here's like a little visual. It does two main things. It's in charge of sensory and motor. So it receives information from your organs and it controls your muscles and glands. It's a parasympathetic regulator. So that's basically all these steps is regulating the parasympathetic nervous system. It's communicating with the organs, and it also has an inflammatory response. So it does a lot, and I don't know a ton about it, but I wanted to add a little bit in here, and that's something that I'm wanting to learn more about. It's the main pathway to the parasympathetic nervous system. So singing hits the vagus nerve. So when you're singing, your vocal cords are tapping it. Humming, singing, chanting, it's stimulating relaxation. Singing forces you to breathe, which is relaxing, and again, releases the feel-good chemicals. Being in nature. So similar to the orienting, if you're outside, you can, it brings you into the present moment. The sights and the smells help you be in the present moment, which are going to help you be more grounded and calm. When you're thinking about the future, you're more anxious. When you're thinking about the past, you tend to be more depressed, on the depressed side of the spectrum. So when you're in the present moment, you can be more grounded and regulated. Being in nature decreases the stress hormone. And when you smell plants, it can activate positive effects on your nervous system. Also, touching the actual earth with bare skin. So, I don't know if you guys have heard of grounding, but your bare feet on the ground or even just hands touching the ground, there's an electrical charge that the earth is sending off, and it can balance your own electrical charge. And then gratitude is when I put in the last minute. It's something that I'm working on more these days, because when you're grateful, it's hard to be stressed out. So it triggers positive emotional state. It activates parts of the brain that are associated with positive emotions and emotional regulation. And the vagus nerve is activated. So I could have put the vagus nerve is activated on all of these slides. And that's why I added that little extra slide. So consistency is the big key here. So 5 minutes of self-care every day is better than 90 minutes once a week. I used to have this idea that in order for me to do my yoga or my morning ritual and take care of myself, that I needed clean space. I needed an hour or an hour and a half. But then what would happen is I'd get up and I'd clean, and then the rest of my day would go on, and I would never do my 5 minutes of me time. So 5 minutes of self-care is more important. It's building on itself. It's cumulative. So the benefits of meditation are cumulative, of self-care, they're cumulative, and it's more beneficial to practice a little bit every day than a long period once in a while. I think it's more doable too. Start with 5 minutes a day. Eventually, you might do 10 minutes a day and more, but keep it simple to start. So this is in December, I'm going to be doing my first course. It's called Beat Burnout. We're going to do how to create a morning routine to help reduce stress. And it'll be 3 weeks in December. So if any of this sounded interesting to you, then this is basically how to keep going and how to bring this into your life. So what's included, we'll do one weekly lesson and one weekly movement class. So right now I'm planning Monday and Thursday in December for those first 3 weeks. Recordings are going to be available. The first week we'll do how to create a morning routine to help reduce stress. And then yoga for stress relief will be the movement class. Week 2, I'm going to have a guest speaker on nutrition. She's here on this call, Ryan McAllister. So she's a nutritionist and a coach, nutrition coach, and she's going to jump on and share more about nutrition because I am not an expert in nutrition, but I can see the value and how it can help with our mood and burnout and self-care. Like you're taking care of your body. It's a way to take care of yourself. We'll do yoga for stress relief upper body that week. And then the third week, so we're getting close to the end of the year. This is the third week in December, close to the winter solstice. We'll be setting intentions from the heart, and the movement will be a gentle heart opening. And then we'll go into this bonus calendar project for 2025, prioritizing meaningful life experiences. So you'll basically get your calendar out and we'll plug things in that are important before your calendar gets full with like the things that, they're not important. And then all of a sudden life goes on, life goes by, and a whole year went by, and it's like, where were the meaningful things? So this is something that I'm excited about. So we're going to start December 2nd. That's the Monday in December. $57. You guys this is like my first ever trying to do something like this. I'm going to do a bonus. So yoga for mental emotional health. This is 4 yoga classes. They're already recorded, and I'll just send this to you. Yoga for anxiety, depression, overwhelm, and resilience. I did this during the pandemic, and I'm really proud of this little series that I did. So that'll be a bonus. And then I'm also doing an early bird price because it's still a month away. If you guys are totally interested and ready, $37, you can save $20 today. We'll start December 2nd. And here's my closing. You yourself, as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. And that's from Buddha. This is my new business called My Body Be Well. And here's my contact info. You can, think about it for sure if it's something you want to do. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Let's see if I can get myself back. And that is my presentation. I don't know if you have any questions. I'm actually I don't know if there's a way for me to see chat. I don't know if anyone wrote anything in chat, but we can chat right now and do some questions. I had no idea how long that would take me, and I'm pretty happy with 30 minutes. Pretty good. So feel free to speak up, unmute yourself. If you need to go, that's fine too. Thank you so much for joining me. This, it's new for me to do some sort of presentation like this. What I would love is feedback. And you don't have to do that now. If you want to just email me some feedback, that would be awesome. And then, yeah, if you guys have any questions, we can chat right now.
Hey, Allie, I just want to say thank you so much. It's like such great information, especially right now, leading into the holidays. We're like shifting the seasons, and it feels like a lot of things need to shift. And it's a good reminder of all the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves. So thank you.
Yeah, I also wanted to do this challenge in December for that reason. Like, I know it's a crazy time of year, but I think it's important to prioritize ourselves and self-care a lot more in December.
Yeah, for sure, especially with moms. A lot of it falls on us, and so, yeah, we need to prioritize that for sure. Yeah.
Hey, Allie, this is Danielle.
Hi.
I'm at work, so I'm sort of multitasking, but could you give a quick summary again about the time and how many weeks and
Yeah, so it's going to be 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks in December. Everything's going to be recorded, so you can technically do it on your own time. It's virtual. So I'm going to do basically a lesson similar to this on Monday, and then on Thursday, a yoga class. And so that'll be Monday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday for 3 weeks. And that last Thursday, it's gonna add that calendar project after the yoga. So it'll just be in that same day, that same hour or whatever.
Okay. And do you have the times of day that you're doing those?
I'm thinking 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And but I'm also not solid on that.
Okay, but it's also recorded if you're not able to attend then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
And how long is each class?
So I'm trying to, I want it to be like probably 30 minutes, an hour max, but it'd probably be close to 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm leaning more towards 30 minutes just to keep it doable, I guess. Okay. So Jesse, I learned a lot. I look forward to learning more. Will this be available to watch at a later date? Yes, I'm going to record this. I mean, it's recording, and I'll send it to everyone who's on my list. So Jesse, I'll send that to you. And then Kaylee, I have to put my baby down, so I need to go. But thank you. Great information. Cool. Thank you, Kaylee. Awesome.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you guys for showing up. It's really fun for me. And Danielle, I'll email you just the outline and stuff too.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna end this, and I'll send out the recording, and I'll follow up with you guys with more info as we get into the closer to December. Also, getting ready to start.
Awesome. Thank you, Allie.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.